Hi everybody, this is how to make pancakes the Ugandan style or Kabalagala using bananas, the big bananas, the Bogoya. So you peel them off. It doesn't matter how many you want, maybe 5 pieces or 8 pieces depending on how much, but this is a lot, so I'm gonna make so much. So I need plenty of bananas. If you don't need so much, you can make just 5 pieces of bananas, maybe 8, but these are really many. After that, after opening the bananas, you're gonna use the masher and then mash them really soft. Don't add any water, otherwise if you add any, it's gonna make it hard or it's gonna make it really with less sugar. So you mash them the same way there. Don't add anything else. Only thing you can add is the baking powder. So you could put a quarter of a spoon of baking powder just to give it a little softness, or to make it look like to give them some body. Just a quarter of the baking powder, and that's it. Then you continue to mash it. Now when the bananas are really soft, you continue to mash until they don't have any hard pieces in it. Once they are soft, don't add any sugar, because some people like to add sugar. It's gonna make the pancakes rough and hard, like a stone almost. No, don't add anything, just the baking powder. So once they are soft, we're gonna put in the flour. We are using Cassava flour. That's the name or the brand. You can buy this from No Frills. So you put in as much as needed. So the flour the bananas look ready now. Whatever pieces are left are gonna get soft as I'm gonna mix with the powder. So you take that out. You add the flour as needed. You don't just put it in one time. Right now I have lots of bananas, so I'm putting in once, but you put in as needed, as much as the bananas are gonna take. As you mingle, you add in flour. Once it's still very soft, you put in more flour. Don't just add the flour in one time, because it's hard to estimate how much you need, but the bananas will give you the estimate. So you put in bits and pieces, not so much in one time. So you use your fingers and mix it. You're just squeezing it between your hands like. So at this moment I put in one packet, but the dough is still very soft. It should be hard or a little bit harder than that. So I'm gonna add in more powder. You add in as needed, you don't add in one time. So I'm gonna put in some of it. As I mix, now this is a lot of pancakes because I'm gonna make so much. I need to make some for a ceremony, but if it's for one family, you don't need this much dough. Probably one packet is good enough, but this is a little bit more than one. the dough is getting hard enough. That's the way I wanted it. So it's almost done. Meanwhile, you're gonna turn on the stove and put on the cooking oil, so that by the time you finish this in the next 5 minutes, you'll be throwing them in the hot oil. So because the pancakes are deep fried, you could put in plenty of oil, depending on how big the pan is. At the moment, that's good. So you put it on high so it gets to boil. After that, you're gonna lower the stove because it doesn't need so much heat. They burn so quick. So I'll let the oil boil as I finish up with the dough. So it's now hard. When you pick it, it doesn't really break in pieces like before. So that means the dough is good. So it's almost finished. This doesn't take long. It takes like maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how big the dough is gonna be or how much pancakes you're gonna make. The ones with the big bananas, the Bogoya, is really good. They taste really good if you put in enough bananas. It tastes the same like those with the small bananas, with the leaves. There's no difference if you make it good. So the dough is finished. I'm gonna pick it in pieces and then roll them. So I'm just gonna let the dough on the counter. You just wipe the counter clean and lay the dough on there and then roll it. You wanna roll it so that it's on the same level. You don't wanna leave some bits of it higher than the other. We want to make sure it's all flattened on the same level. Thereafter, you use any cup of your choice and then start to slice them. Meanwhile, the oil is on the stove. To pick this up, you could use a knife, table knife. That one is easier so they don't break in pieces. Then you put them in the oil, which is already boiled. We put it on earlier. Just do it carefully so you don't burn your fingers. You do it from the sides. Now that means the in well. Depending on how much the pan can take, this could take 5 or 4. It depends on how much the pan can take. While doing this, you make sure they don't sit on top of the other until they're a little bit cooked. So I'll push this in a little bit. Looks like it didn't sit in the oil. I want to make space for one more. Didn't sit in the oil. Okay, now that's good. So you lower the stove. Once you put them in, they don't like so much heat. lower the stove, and then I put it on number 7, depending on how high your stove is. So I put it on number 7 and let them cook slowly. Not that slow, but probably medium. We could go 8 or 7, and then let them sit in the oil for a few minutes before you turn them around. So you roll it flat. Sometimes the corners tend to be fat than the other parts, or bigger, so you roll the edges as well. After that, you slice them. You could choose the size of the cup that you want to make. Some people like them bigger, but this is a good size for me. Meanwhile, I'm gonna check on the ones on the stove that's cooking. So I put the fire back on high. It looks like they are not browning. They have to be golden brown. So I'll turn them on the other side. So you fry them until they are golden brown. Okay, so that looks good. So we're gonna wait for the other side also to turn brown, and then we'll take them out. So at this moment they are golden brown, so they are good. Put the fire back on high, so I have to lower it before they burn. They burn really fast. So I prepared my bowl where to put it. I like to line it with tissue so it drains the oil out of it, depending on what you want. Some people don't mind the oil, but I try to limit the oil through draining it out, because once you deep fry, they soak in the oil. So these are ready. They are golden brown, they didn't burn, and they are ready to eat once they cool down. They're still hot at the moment. So when you have kids and they want to taste it, make sure they are cool enough, because at the moment they are really, really hot. I wouldn't advise anybody to taste them when they are still hot, but once they cool down, they're okay. So now these pancakes are ready, and the oil is gonna wait for the next set. I'll put it back on high. Now the oil is ready, so make sure you don't burn your fingers. So this pan could take up to 5, but depending on how big your pan is, your frying pan is. It's not a good idea to shift them before they cook, but because I want to create one more space, I'm trying to shift that one and push it a bit further so I could finish them up. I don't want to do 4x4, it takes forever. So the fire is still on high. Looks like when I lower it, it doesn't cook quick, but after a few minutes I'm gonna lower it so they don't burn. So I will let those settle as I prepare the next ones. So once you're slicing them up, you could move away the dough and clear the way. Sometimes I just do it without moving it, but it's easier when you move it out and then you pick it up, then you move it away, out of the way, and then you pick up the next one. Yeah, that way. So you move it out of your way and then create space. So you do them like that, and then you're gonna reuse that. So you lower the stove. I did lower the stove and then turn them on the other side. So the ones that we separated from the other pancakes, you push it back together. You could use your fingers to make it flat. Meanwhile, you add the other dough onto it and make it flat as well before you roll it. Now we're gonna roll. The dough shouldn't stick on the rolling stick. It should just be, clean, nice and clean. Once it sticks, that means your dough wasn't ready when you need it. So when you need the dough, make sure the dough is ready so it doesn't stick on your fingers, it doesn't stick on the rolling stick. That means the dough is ready to cook. So these look okay. They are golden brown. Depending on your stove, you could cook it on high, but sometimes some stove burn so fast. So these are almost ready. Just gonna wait for the other side to be golden brown a little bit more. So that this is puffing up, that's because of the baking powder. And also it makes them a little bit softer. So these are ready, they are golden brown. These are golden brown, so they're ready. The job will soon be done. So that's it, our pancakes are done. So we finished. That's how much we got out of the 1 pack and a quarter, no, and 3/4. So we did 1 pack and 3/4, and that's how much we got out of it. So that's it. Those are the pancakes, the Ugandan made pancakes from exotic bananas or Bogoya. Thank you for being with us today. See you next time. Bye.